What if everything you've been told about success is wrong? What if true peace and power come not from having more, but from letting go? In a world that constantly demands more possessions, more achievements, more distractions, what if the true power lies not in adding, but in subtracting? What if real strength comes not from doing more, but from doing less, from wanting less, from being less entangled? According to Buddhist wisdom, simplicity is not a weakness. It's a gateway to clarity, peace, and liberation. Simplicity is the quiet force that clears the mind, opens the heart, and returns us to what truly matters. Imagine your life as a glass of water. When it's filled with dirt, desires, attachments, and endless noise, everything becomes murky. But when you let the dirt settle, when you stop stirring the water, you begin to see through it clearly. That is the power of simplicity. In Buddhism, simplicity isn't just about owning fewer things or tidying up your home. It's about freeing the mind. It's about detaching from the endless cycle of craving, clinging, and chasing. The Buddha taught the middle way, a path of balance between indulgence and deprivation, not extremes, but harmony. This path is grounded in non-attachment, the understanding that nothing, no possession, no emotion, no moment lasts forever. And when we hold on tightly to what must inevitably change, we suffer. Simplicity, then, becomes a form of wisdom, a return to clarity, a homecoming to inner peace. So why is simplicity so powerful? First, because it brings us back to peace. True peace doesn't come from the outside world. It doesn't depend on your bank account, your job title, or how many likes your latest post received. It comes from within. Monks living in bare monasteries often radiate a serenity that money cannot buy. Because peace, as the Buddha said, is not something we seek out there. It arises when we stop seeking and begin simply being. Second, simplicity cultivates clarity. A cluttered mind cannot see the truth. But when we simplify, we see more clearly, not just the world, but ourselves. We make wiser choices. Like the story of the farmer who lost his horse, his neighbors saw it as a tragedy, but he remained calm. He didn't rush to label it good or bad. He simply observed. And soon, it became clear that what first seemed like misfortune was actually a blessing in disguise. When we simplify our judgments, we access a deeper wisdom. Third, simplicity grants us freedom from materialism. The more we own, the more we are owned by our things. The more we crave, the more we suffer. Buddhist teachings remind us, contentment is the greatest wealth. A person who is satisfied with little is far richer than someone who constantly hungers for more. When we simplify, we don't lose richness, we gain it in a deeper form. And fourth, simplicity gives us focus and empowerment. When we're not pulled in 100 directions, we can finally concentrate our energy on what truly matters. Meditation itself is an act of radical simplicity. Sitting in stillness, watching the breath, letting go of thought after thought. It's a training in clarity and strength. The Buddha said, "Your work is to discover your world, and then, with all your heart, give yourself to it." But how can you discover your world if you're drowning in distractions? Now the question becomes, how can we bring simplicity into our lives? Start by decluttering your mind. Practice mindfulness. Breathe. Be present. Let go of what happened yesterday. Stop worrying about what might happen tomorrow. Right now is all you have, and in this moment, you are enough. A clear mind is the foundation for a powerful life. Next, simplify your surroundings. Your environment shapes your mind. Begin with one small space, your desk, your bedroom, your phone. Clear away what you don't need. Notice how light and peaceful that space feels. That peace will ripple into your thoughts. Then, prioritize what truly matters. Ask yourself, what are my top 3 values? What are the 3 goals that genuinely align with who I want to become? Focus your energy there. Let everything else fall away. Life is too short to live on autopilot. And finally, practice gratitude. Gratitude is a subtle yet radical form of simplicity. When you appreciate what you already have, you stop chasing what you lack. You stop trying to fill the void with more. Gratitude turns ordinary moments into sacred ones. Even the Buddha, born a prince, chose simplicity over luxury. He left behind wealth, comfort, and power, not because they were wrong, but because they weren't the path to awakening. In his simplicity, he found the deepest truth, the deepest peace. And today, modern seekers are rediscovering this wisdom. Entrepreneurs who focus only on their purpose. Travelers who carry only what they need. Families who choose presence over presence. All discovering that simplicity doesn't subtract from life, it multiplies its depth. You don't have to live in a monastery to experience this. You can feel it in a quiet walk, in sipping tea without checking your phone, in turning off the noise and listening to the silence. These simple acts are not small. They are doorways to the sacred. The Buddha said, "The root of suffering is attachment." When we simplify, we loosen our grip. We begin to float. We begin to breathe. So ask yourself, what can I let go of today? What is weighing me down? Not because it's heavy, but because I won't release it. Simplicity is not a sacrifice. It's a return to presence, to purpose, to peace. And in that return, you'll discover what you were searching for all along. Not more, but less. Not noise, but stillness. Not complexity, but clarity. Simplicity is power, and in that power, you'll find freedom.